Yeah, Thursday. Hey, we're going live. Hey, we're live. It's 5 a.m. Mester Scrum. Hope you're doing well. It is 5:44. Um, been up for a while, right? Yeah, there you go. My glasses are a mess, I guess. Yeah, but I hope you're doing well. It's Thursday. This is our 276th episode of the 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show, where we talk about Agile and Scrum in a very tactical and practical way, so that you can leave your cave, right? We changed it up to leave your cave instead of get home to your family and friends. Now it's leave your cave so you can join your family and friends. And basically to bring more value to your customer with working more efficient, more lean. And we talk a lot about lean stuff, and I'll bring more lean stuff in there more, which is cool. And basically, so you're not working 60, 80 hours a week when you're doing your job. And we want to make sure that you're having a little fun along the way. We try to have some fun on the show. Got a great compliment. I did the local Philadelphia chapter of the IBA meeting, and I did an online thing from here, and it was really good. It was good to get the rust off and do that. And try to have some interaction via Zoom meetings, so it went really cool. I I recorded it, and it was so bad. I guess the OBS stopped towards the end, and I got a great compliment from one of the people in the audience about the show. Chris, if we can, I need your quote from last night. We got to figure out how to redo your quote. Maybe the IIB one, they're going to send a recording of it for their group. Maybe they captured that one from the activity. But he said he really enjoyed the show and it made him laugh. So, hey, man, I'm glad I can make everybody laugh and enjoy it and have some fun and learn some stuff as we go. I mean, that's my goal. My goal is not to be the typical Scrum is this, and you have a daily Scrum, and it's 3 questions, and there's no other way to do it. And if you deviate from the book, it's not Scrum. So, or Agile or whatever. So, I'm glad. It was a good thing. It was fun. It was about an hour long, hit perfectly on point, just a little bit short of an hour for the talk. Got some feedback, and one of the questions we had there is something that I'll bring up today. So there's 2 areas I want to talk about. One was a continuation from the other day, having reviews throughout the sprint, because as we know, you do everybody's over here today, as you do a daily burn down chart. So we'll talk about that. And I'll draw it later, but we're going to do reviews throughout sprint and why you do it. And then dealing with the question during the conference was dealing with difficult people that just won't change their vote during a planning poker. And I might talk about that later and on another thing. But one of the things I brought up as an example is dealing with dominating people during planning poker. How do you deal with that? And I'm going to give you one example. One group I had, the developer was really top notch, very smart, very skilled at what he was doing, and how we dealt with not having him dominate over what the pointing activity was for the team. So those are the 2 items we're going to talk about today. So the first one, review throughout the sprint, right? So if you go by the book, the burn down chart would never work because you wait to the last day to do a sprint review. So how do you get points? How do you get accepted? How does the work get accepted? It doesn't, right? So we're going to do a burn down chart. It was like, here's where we start. This is the burn down. And this is the last day. Last day. And this is the commitment. The number of points, right? Now, as we know, so use red or green? I don't know. Let's use the green. And as I've talked about in the past, if everybody tells you otherwise, they're wrong. This is a fictitious line. This, all the thing that goes into it is you take a point here, like a snap string, click it here, and go bing, boom. There's your line. has no basis for anything. It just gives you a sense of direction and how it goes. Whether you're above or below, and anybody ever says, well, you should be above or below, they are smoking dope. Okay? Oh, it should be above, and it should be like, this has nothing to do with anything. There's no data, there's no nothing associated with that line. And if anybody ever tells you, well, you need to be above or below, or you need to really be on the line, one, it's fake. Though, if your team is in the habit of getting stuff done in a day and completing stories a day, you may get really close to this line if you do it under or whatever. But there's always some stories that take a little more than a day to do. So you can't really achieve this line. Because the first time you get a story that's above more than a day, let's say you get going and you go down and you go, let's say it takes a couple days, right? Maybe it does that. I don't know. Maybe that would be it. But sometimes there's always a story that takes more than one day. Sorry, this is always going to happen. Now, here's why you do sprint review or reviews throughout the sprint. If you don't do sprint reviews and you're doing story point measurement, it's going to go all the way here, and then on the last day, you'll get that. You'll get a little waterfall. Woo, waterfall. Niagara Falls. Waterfall. Right? Get the waterfall. So in order to get this, you're really having many little reviews throughout the process. One of the things, so you got that. So that's the waterfall. You kind of want that, right? What do we do? How do we do this, right? Some thoughts, right? How do we do these reviews? Where I think I see a lot of places where the BA will meet with the product owner, or a test lead will meet with the product owner, or a feature lead, or a lead tech person will meet with the product owner and get the product owner to approve the story of the product, right? When that's fine. And we talked about a couple of different things. So I guess it's okay, but you're really not doing a review. What you really want is you want to get the team in there reviewing every day to get to this, right? So maybe you change it up. Maybe try it a couple times. Maybe a couple times during the week. You know, have little mini reviews. Right? Have a couple mini reviews during the week. And what I'm saying about mini reviews, we're all getting really good at this remote stuff, right? There's nothing wrong with having someone do the mini review, or my favorite is having the actual product owner run the code or do the test, or actually do the product and operate it, so that during those things. And then have the rest of the team just monitor. Instead of doing one launch review, so let's do the math, right? Sprint review. We said yesterday a half hour, right? Let's say it's at 30 minutes to 1 hour for the review, right? If we did the reviews over time, maybe this is a 15 minute. So maybe instead of one giant meeting where your product owner can't be there all day, maybe have a little 15-minute meeting, a 15-minute meeting, a 15-minute, 15-minute meetings. This way, the product owner is more willing to be there and not worrying about taking a whole hour off the day. If people don't have time for 15 minutes, talk about work they got done and getting some feedback as you go. And again, the quicker you get that feedback loop, right? The better your product is. You get the feedback loop here, are you doing? You can make corrections through the sprint to make it closer to the customer's desire. If you wait to hear, you can't do that. So think about it. Split your hour thing into 15-minute meetings. Something to think about. Look at the light reflecting. Something to think about on how you would do little mini reviews. Give me some thoughts, what you think about it. I know we have individual people who go meet, but I don't think the team benefits from the feedback. Only one person in the group, and then they translate that information to the team. The whole purpose behind the review is that the team gets the feedback. Why waste all your time? One big grandiose review in the sprint. Why not have in forum? And guess what? There's nothing that says in this book that you can't have more than one and make them smaller. As long as you achieve the goals of the review, which is feedback back from a customer, and the team gets to understand that feedback. That's the heart of it, right? So that's the review to a sprint. And again, why we do that, because otherwise you just get the waterfall, right? Okay. The other thing I want to talk about, because we got 11 minutes left in the thing. Again, this is the 276th episode of the 5am Mester Scrum Show. And I hope you're enjoying it. And again, while we're doing it, if you ring the bell, you'll get notifications when we go live. And we're going live early today because I got up early. Dealing with dominating people. Excuse me. What do you do, right? So I'm just going to give you an example of a team I had a few years back. It was a really good team. I mean, some things are good, some things are bad. Every team I've ever coached or a scrum master, there's always good and bad. No matter what, there's always good and bad. Haven't found the perfect team yet. One day I'll get one. Maybe I'll create it myself. But I was listening to Ronnie Richards, right? And he was saying that no matter what you do and what sacrifice you do, not everybody will understand why you do what you do. So even if you had your own perfect team, there's always going to be something going on, right? You just have to take it and go with it and move past it. Anyway, so we had one guy who was really good. He was top-notch developer, knew his stuff in and out, and but he was very intimidating to the team. And nobody on the team, when we were playing poker, would wanted to challenge his pointing capability. But he's really good. I mean, he could code things like other people could do. I mean, he was really good at it. So how did I solve that problem? I met with the guy offline, and we had a conversation. And I said, I really value your understanding, but I would really like you to reserve your voting in the planning poker, at first. And here's what we did. We didn't eliminate it, but when we first started meeting as a team, he held back, and we purposely did that. But as we went on further and he got a better judgment of the team and how the team was, and the team was more confident in their own voting skills, then he started voting with the rest of the team. But at first I made a deal. I said, look, how about you not vote for now? And as we go and everybody gets more confident in their ability to estimate things, then and again, it's just planning poker, right? It's just you put the little number on your head, right? Like a beard park poker game, right? So you can see, I got a 1. Everybody got a 1, right? You can do that, right? But no, you don't do that in planning poker. It's not a beer drinking game. As everybody knows, planning poker is not a beer drinking. But everybody at the same time puts their card up there, so there's no ability for everybody to influence everyone else's vote. But what worked out well is that he agreed to it, and that it was a little tough. He was like, why can't I vote? We had a little argument, and when it wasn't perfect. Didn't go smooth at first, but he came along with it. And what helped develop is a confidence in his dev team and his testers to be able to vote on their own and be confident in their ability to do it. And he went with it, and it worked out really good. But the key is, as a scrum master, as a coach, you have to be willing to have those conversations, sometimes confrontations. Hopefully you don't yell at people, but you got to have, there's a little fight. And what people don't understand in some of this middle management world is that there's going to be a little turmoil. It's just the way in nature of the Scrum and Agile, because you're exposing issues. When you're exposing, you're like pulling a rubber band-aid off your leg. It hurts, right? So we're at the 15-minute mark, and I just want to say, happy scrumming. I hope you're doing okay. It is Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday. I have to, and Chris reminded me on the thing. I got to go get fortune cookies. I got to go to the store today. Got to go to the Asian market and get some fortune cookies. So we'll see how that goes, right? I tell you, the grocery stores are very interesting if you haven't been to them. Face shields, things. It's kind of amazing what's out there. But we'll make it through. It's hopefully sooner than later. I wish everyone the best, and you have a great day. Stay safe and healthy, and we'll see you tomorrow around the 5:30 time or 5 o'clock time, in an hour somewhere between there. All right, take care. Ring the little bell so you get notices when we do stuff, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care, and bye. See you later. We're going to hit the end button. And then